you go. All right. Welcome to Master Memories, the podcast my friends talk about their lives. Today on Wednesday, April 5th, 2023, I'm here with Logan Michael Sterick, aka Low Gaines, aka, you have any names I missed?
L-Train.
L-Train?
That was like a childhood thing. It was just because I was a big guy, so in football, L-Train was a thing.
I got you.
More though.
Yeah, no, I feel like, I don't know, I was like coming up, trying to think like on the walk here, like, what else does like Logan get? Because I feel like it's like a simple enough name and also like not common enough name where it's just...
Yeah, so nicknames definitely varied. A lot of them, mostly depending on my weight when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was Log, like my sister till this day calls me Log. Logs, L-Train, Low Gaines. Last name, like Star Trek. Those are pretty much it. Yeah, that's about all I got for nicknames. Not very creative, but they're efficient.
No, I feel like the L names just don't get as much love as like, I don't know, some other name, like Evan or something like that, but it's just like a billion.
No, L names are definitely not one sought after, especially with nicknames. That's what I would love it.
What is your first memory of meeting you?
Die at Vatican. I feel like that was... Because like we would have like interactions previously, but I feel like where we really sat down and like kind of chopped it up is when we were playing Die with like you, your roommates, and all that. Because that was like more of a time where we weren't passing by each other like, oh hey, like I kind of know him, you know. It's like, but then we just kind of sat down and just chopped it up.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is kind of sick, yeah.
Yeah. No, I was still like, I remember Ben telling me like his alpha little was getting Logan. I'm like, oh, okay, like whatever. Like I don't think I know any Logans to be Ben. And like he brought you back to Vatican, and I was like, wait a minute. And you were like, wait a minute. And just like this whole thing.
Yeah, and we were playing poker.
Yeah.
I had pocket aces. I remember, I had pocket aces. So like, oh,
yeah.
And everyone folded.
I don't think I've ever beat Ben with pocket rockets, I swear. Like, I still give him shit. The last time I played poker, just in general, not because, you know, it was a bad beat, just because I haven't had an opportunity to play.
Yeah.
I had pocket rockets, he had ace-king offsuit, you know, flopped two spades, runner, the other two, beat me on a flush.
That's so tough. And I swear, he has the best luck with that.
Yeah. No, like, I swear like a pocket pocket aces are just like a death sentence. It's like you think you're going to do great, and then just something else happens.
Yeah, no, it's like false hope.
Exactly.
But that one time, that was the only time I've ever had pocket aces before. And obviously, like, I didn't have a good poker face. I was like, all in. And I threw it all in, and everyone was like, yep, we're out. And they folded. So I was like,
I don't know. There was this kid or Derek, if you remember him, like, we played poker. He had the greatest luck when it came to hands. Like, you know, he just, like, I remember there was a time we were joking that, like, he just had pocket aces and that he was going to get it back to back.
Yeah.
As we're joking that, like, oh, you're not going to beat him, he always has pocket aces, like, pulls out the second pocket aces in a row.
that's disgusting.
Nah, like, Derek, like, if you're watching this, fuck you. Like,
I envy like people who have, because I have other friends too who just have great hands dealt every time.
yeah.
That's just not for me.
I feel like I'll get like in a zone where like somehow like I'll keep getting cards or something like that, but it's like there's so many drive areas I'm just like, oh, fold, big blind fold, little blind fold.
Yeah, and you just keep losing money chip by chip.
Yeah, just bleeding it out.
And it hurts.
What were you doing today before we started filming?
So I got a call from my big, Rachel Eby. She called me and I was like still sleeping because I went to bed late. Called her back. Next thing you know, she's like, you know those cement parking stop things? You know,
Thing to like make sure you don't like go.
Yeah,
over,
I don't know what they're called, but I think a car hit it and moved into her parking spot behind her house. So she called me to move it. So she picked me up. Drove me to her house, and I was sitting there like moving it inch by inch and just kind of getting it out of the way. I got it, thank God.
The car or the stopper?
Stopper.
Okay.
Stopper. If it was a car, yeah, no, I need like 5 more people.
Yeah.
But the stopper moved, and then after that, just came home, cranked out some stats homework, and just kind of did some homework until my busy times here.
Yeah, it's a pretty good quest to start out the day.
Yeah, Yeah, started out breaking a little sweat, but never hurts waking up with that.
Yeah. Do you get called a lot for like, I don't know, like just moving shit or?
Yeah, ironically enough, later today, Jared called me to help move his like aunt's mattress, I think, or some type of furniture.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm usually the guy people call like, oh, can you move this? But yeah, sure, no problem.
Just a quick, simple lift right there.
Exactly, it's not a bad thing. It's definitely not a bad thing. It's like, all right, like I can help out in that way because I generally don't say no for that. Yeah, whenever I can, like, I'll hop over.
Yeah, nice to be helpful, right?
Essentially, yeah.
What's your typical day or week look like right now?
I try in the start of the week to wake up around like 6:30-ish to just get ready, go to the gym, and then start my day off that way, and then just kind of full day classes and trying to get meals in, you know, that ordeal.
Yeah.
But then during the weekend it gets a little more interesting because I work at Ethel in Mandrake, so there'll be times when I get home at like 5 a.m. from like Mandrake and I don't wake up till 1 p.m. and try to get into the gym or do something before I go to work the next day, or you know, if I have some type of activity planned. But for the most part, on a daily basis, like I'll wake up at 6 a.m., go to the gym, eat breakfast, do homework, lunch, and then just kind of keep going with classes and school to the end of the day, where I just kind of wind down with the roommates and just chill, watch South Park usually. We've been on the South Park wave. We finished all of Family Guy last year, so I think we're going for South Park this year.
You gotta get, make sure any TikTok that comes up with Family Guy and South Park, you've already seen
That's
it.
exactly, like, if we see a TikTok with South Park on it, we're like, oh, alright, that's the next episode.
Yeah.
And we just kind of go through it. I mean, I watched whole episodes on South Park on TikTok.
Yeah, no,
It is
swear.
addicting.
Yeah, no, it's like the half episode of Family Guy and or South Park or whatever, and then half like Subway Surfers or something. Like, I don't know, something about it is just like watching those clips is like, I don't know what it does to the brain, but it's like nice to multitask.
The only thing that, a huge pet peeve of mine is it'll show like the clips up top, or I don't know if you've seen the games where you start out with like one little person and you have to go through the gates.
And they just do the most terrible choice.
Yes, I'm like, it starts with 10 like people and it goes like add 1,000 or -5, and they go -5.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Like, that it just irks me, but I guess it gets my attention, so
Yeah,
it
no,
does the job.
I swear, like those, that's how like the ads, I get you to download the game, because it's like, I tried the game once and I was just like, this is the most boring game ever.
Yeah.
Like you literally just decide between two things and they're not hard choices.
That's what I'm saying, it's not like going fast, it's not doing anything, but I have yet to download it. I've been like this close before.
It's not worth it. It's so not worth it.
I know, but I'm still probably gonna end up getting it and then
Yeah.
disappointed. You know, like,
Yeah.
I should have listened.
Yeah, I'm smarter than the one guy in the ad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whose job is to make the dumb decisions.
Yeah.
That's on them.
Yeah. How do you like bouncing for Ethel and Mandrake?
So Ethel, there's definitely pros and cons. It sucks because like I would love to work during the week so I can like kind of chill out on the weekends. But I mean, I think really what makes it, you know, the Ethel job is the guys who I'm around.
Yeah.
You know, because obviously we all sacrifice the weekends to, you know, sit there sober and deal with annoying drunk college kids. But like that's, you know, so we really became more of a brotherhood through that. Whether it's like with our Snapchat group chat, like if one of us are off shift, like having fun, like we'll always like snag videos of each other like doing something dumb, or you know, it's really like the camaraderie around there is great. Obviously the job sometimes sucks, like during the winter if you're outside checking IDs and it's like 2 degrees out.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
That's shitty, yeah.
Or like if you have to work game days when you wake up and you get there at 9 a.m. and you have to work all the way till close at like 3. Yeah, I mean, so it's really like the schedule that sucks. Love the people there. Mandrake, it's a great place to work. You know, you make good money because you know it's a nicer restaurant / bar. I bar back there. Bar back's a lot of work, a lot of turnover for it, but it's just because people, I guess, who come in don't realize like, oh, I'm gonna be sweating at the end of my shift. Like,
Yeah.
you just kind of have to bust your ass and you're good. Like, as long as you have a good work ethic, I mean, you're chilling.
Yeah.
But it's cool to be in that environment, surrounded by the richer people of the area of Columbus, because I mean, it makes great connections, and you're able to talk to people about their business or they're, like whatever they're job is, and it kind of creates that like nice little network that you can kind of not exploit but use.
Yeah. No, I mean, it sounds like gonna get see you on Shark Tank in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you get started with bouncing and bar backing?
Bouncing, so it was through the dye tournament. I don't know if you remember me, Jared.
Yeah, when you went to Midway and won the entire thing.
Yeah. The first tournament we got second, and then came back around. Then we got first under the team name 2 Inches Is Enough, and kind of there was a bouncer there, David Sanchez. He was the head at the time. Him and Jared like kind of knew each other, not really, but we would all talk because like there's this one team, like the team we lost in the championship. They're like really good. They worked over at TI, so like obviously Sanchez knew him because Ethel and TI are the same company.
Yeah.
From going to Ethel on the weekends, like I kept seeing Sanchez and all that, and I kept saying, "What's up? What's up? What's up?" And eventually I was like, this would be a cool job. You know what I'm saying? But at the time, I was a sophomore and I was only thinking of, I don't have to wait in the line anymore, you know, I have those type of perks. So like I kept asking him and then Jacob Mitchell, if I could get a job, and like, yeah, we'll see. Then eventually they needed people. When I was at the gym, I asked Sanchez for a spot on the bench, and he's like, oh, hey, by the way, like, if you want a spot, like, let's get you an interview. I was like, sweet.
Oh, yeah.
So I went in there and then started beginning of last March. It was kind of a weird, like I just kind of saw him around, like, oh, that seems like it'd be fun. Like I love to see those guys, like and how they interact with each other. It's a nice little bond they have. And then Mandrake, I just kind of saw an ad on Instagram. I applied. I was like, it'd be pretty cool. Like I saw pictures of it. It's like a nightclub area. I was like, that'd be pretty cool. I also want to get bar back experience because I hope to bartend at Ethel next year.
Really?
So
That'd be sick.
I know I'd be so hyped if I'm able to. That's why I'm kind of staying here over the summer and working there, trying to work my way into that position.
Yeah.
But it was just kind of a cool experience, and I ended up leaving my other job, which I was a recruiting coordinator at a staffing firm, to go and bar back.
Yeah.
Just stay in Columbus.
Damn. You really put yourself out there for both of them, especially like Ethel. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, that's persistence right there.
Yeah, as I say, I've been here for over a year now, so I'm hoping I get rewarded with a bartending position, especially for my senior year. But we'll see. Whatever happens, I guess.
Yeah, get my man behind the bar.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Get me on the bar.
Yeah, I mean, especially during the winter. Like, I'm sure, like, bartending is a lot more favored than, like you said, like, going out and checking IDs.
Well, especially during football season.
Yeah.
Football season, they make a lot of money.
Because, like, families and shit go to, like, pregame there, right?
Yep. And,
like,
like,
you get
students from
tired.
other schools go to, like, Ethel usually. And, I mean, the bar is packed because then there's Block also. There's Midway connected to it. So there's just a heavy flow of people. And eventually people will start tipping big, or parents will tip her, like, nice or something like that.
Yeah, no. You got this. I believe in you.
Well,
Yeah. Where do you lean politically and why?
I would definitely like to say I'm more middle. I'm more of a neutral body. Recently, I would say my political views lean towards right a little bit. I'd say I'm right-leaning neutral, if that makes sense. Because I like to hear people's opinions and like hear them out. And if I see their side, I'll agree with them. I'm not like a closed-off minded extremist to each side.
Yeah.
So I would say more, long story short, neutral, right-leaning.
Like more policy than policy, but you know, just a couple more policies that lean right rather than left, kind of thing. Yeah. Any idea where that, I don't know, or where some of those ideas? I know you said you like hearing people out, like, you know, where like some of that might originate from, would be, you know, friends, family, school, whatnot.
Yeah. So family, always accepting. I mean, I was always kind of taught from a young age, especially through sports like football, basketball, lacrosse. I mean, anything I've done is always like be mentally strong, but also be like mentally aware. So when I'm talking to someone, it's kind of like I have my opinions. Those are like, that's just it. Those are my opinions.
Yeah.
Also hear people out, accept them, and if they change your mind, like great. But if not, they give you introspective under the other side's like thought process.
Yeah.
And if you can see it, you can. If you can't, no big deal. But I would definitely say like just my surroundings, my environment growing up.
Yeah. So it's really been from everywhere, not just like one particular source.
Yeah, I don't really know one particular like body of where I came up from.
I got
just
you.
have everything.
I mean, that's how it should be, honestly. Like, you know, as good, or it's shitty that, you know, we have the two-party system where it's like you have to, like, essentially just pick one political platform, but, you know, I don't know, policies are so different. Like, I don't know, I don't understand the people that, like, just are, like, all in on, like, one side. You know?
That's
like,
what I'm saying. That's doing the most damage to everything than good. You know what I'm saying? The people who are very, oh, it's my way or the highway.
Yeah.
I think that's crazy. Like, there was a person in high school, obviously I'm not going to say names, but they got very upset at people's either Instagram stories if they reposted it or reposted something on, this was the right-leaning side, and ended up blocking them, and they were like best friends for years, like throughout middle school, high school. Ended up blocking them and cutting them out of their lives. So I'm like, that's a little extreme.
No, I
don't know about that one.
I completely agree. Like, I don't know. I had a friend who, like, blocked me for, like, something I put on my Instagram. And it's like, I've known this kid since, like, first grade. Like, you know, granted we haven't been, like, good friends, and I mean, you know, that's how time goes. But it's like, really, like.
Yeah, no, that's corny. That irks me. I mean,
Yeah.
that's like you're just immature.
Exactly. Like, just because someone disagrees with you doesn't mean that, like, I don't know, the people that, like, put on, like, if you like voted for this person, like, you unfollow me, all this shit. It's like, people can have different opinions than you. It's okay. Like, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's based on, like, immaturities, I guess. Like, if you can't handle another opinion, then, like, that's fine. But that's something you got to work on with yourself and not take it out on other people.
Exactly. Like, think for yourself almost too. You know, like you said, like, just don't, like, just because you subscribe to an ideology doesn't mean you have to, like, never listen to the other person's side. I mean, if anything, like, you should listen to people's opinions. That way, like, even if you don't agree with them, you can, like, defend your point better.
Yeah,
you know?
it's not, you're not a ride or die for that opinion.
Yeah.
I know damn well they're not doing the same for you. So
yeah. Who's dick riding politicians out here?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, people way too heavy.
What do you think is your most unique talent?
I will say though, I've always kind of had a little knack for being able to, like, join a room together, or, like, bring a room closer, and or, like, command a room as well. I was told, especially through, you know, my org, you know, BPAN and everything, like, they've said, like, if I walk in a room, like, I can command a room if I really want to. That I would say is a talent of mine, or just bringing people closer together. I also feel like that's a very important skill to have. Again, I feel like that's also stemmed from, like, my family and my surroundings and growing up through having everybody different way, shape, or form around me. So
yeah,
I think I would say it's my talent.
And being a big old glue guy. Glue guy,
yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, no, I could definitely see you, like, taking charge of a room. I mean, like, member D, like, I mean, that's, again, if I was a new member for BPAD, walking into some of those meetings, I don't know what I'd be thinking.
Exactly, yeah, and it's not like, especially with this semester, like, coming up, I have some things, like, I'm changing about it, like, you know, I mean, the whole thing that I'm focusing on is obviously, like, their learning, their drive and their passion, but I want that, like, that tough love or that, like, father figure role is kind of, like, what I'm kind of stepping into, so they can not prove themselves to me, because that sounds very arrogant, but kind of, like, prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Like, look, this is what I can do. Like, how about it? You know, like, something like that. And that's what I'm really excited for.
Come from an air of respect more than, like, an air of, like, hatred.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think that's the best way to do it, honestly.
I agree.
Yeah. No, as someone that did pledging, I mean, maybe preaching was quiet. I don't know. You were an AK Sire BPAD.
Just BPAD.
Okay. So as someone that joined BPAD, like, I mean, you know, like, it's a process, but I don't know, most fun you'll never want to do again, right?
Exactly. Like, it's the best semester. I mean, I loved it. I learned a lot from it. I don't think anything was, like, bad or out of pocket at all with what I went through. I thought it was a lot of fun, to be honest. But, you know, especially with, that's how I got close with my member class.
Yeah. I think as long as you focus on that and then focus on, you guys call it one-on-ones, right? Like, those, I think, are the two most important things. Like, bonding them together as a class and then learning the rest of the chapter.
100%. I mean, the only thing that it's kind of unfortunate is we can't enforce one-on-ones. Like, we make it available to the new members and everything, and we kind of show them, like, listen, we kind of describe the importance of it, because you're like, oh, membership, like, these are people that you're going to become really close with, you know, you're going to have great times with. Like, I'm going ice skating with some of the members tonight.
Yeah.
you know, you're gonna want to get to know them. And a one-on-one's like you just break down that weird, awkward barrier of like meeting someone for the first time, and then you see them again, and you pick up right where you left off. There's no problem. But we can't enforce that like due to university rules. So we kind of just like put it out there and just like stress like, oh, like, you know, if you guys want to meet membership, like here you guys have, you know, here's like their contact information, and we kind of make it a learning process with like, oh, like, if you want to reach out to them, like here's a business email, like this is how it's supposed to go. If you want to practice and kind of brush up on your skills, you could always do that, and membership is always willing to help out in that type of sense.
Yeah, I like the way you guys did it more than the way we used to do it, I guess, university rules, but you know, we would always have like a requirement given by pledge master by the end of the week, like get to this many. I remember first week was like your pledge class and then like 10 people, and then usually it was like 10 to 15 people a week. And you know, then we got to like 70 when we had like 90 something people there. Like, you know, like by the end of it, it was like just getting the odds and ends people. But then like, you know, you had a party or like chapter or whatever, and then like you see like the people that don't come around often, you're like, oh shit, I know that guy.
Exactly.
But the problem is because we have a requirement, is like people like sped through that shit sometimes. Like, I don't know, as a brother, I remember like there's some people who would be like, you know, literally just ask me all the minimum requirements that they need for their rundown and then leave.
Mm-hmm.
Like, versus like, I don't know, I had one guy, me and we were on my porch for like an hour, and then another guy, we had a 3.5 hour rundown. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I know you guys like schedule shit, whether it be rock climbing, skating, whatnot. Like, I think that's like so much cooler.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I mean that's the difference. I mean, granted, DPAD and APSI are not affiliated, but like the nice part about BPAD, because I think there were some members, obviously membership, who were in APSI, who ended up joining into BPAD, but they're like, it's a lot more wholesome, I feel, and very based around making those friendships that truly like last past college. They also text Pacheco.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'll goof around with him. I was at, you know, obviously I was at Benji's.
Yeah.
Like it was a lot of fun. I'm playing soccer with them. I mean, so it's just really stemming from like those relationships that are becoming grounded with like the university and sparring until after. If
Yeah.
that makes sense.
And that starts with, I think, rundowns personal or one-on-ones, you know, like just getting to know the people, considering like, I don't know, I feel like if you don't have to get to know someone, there's not really much of incentive. Not saying there's not incentive to, but it's like, there's definitely a lot of people who I like talk to a lot, where it's like, if I didn't need to like get to know them in the first place, I definitely wouldn't have talked to them.
Mm-hmm. No, exactly.
What's your relationship like with your family?
Good. I would say it could be better, obviously, because like being away at college and I know me not going home last summer, obviously you get a little distant, but I talk to my mom and dad. I try every day, but on a retrospect, like once every 3 or 4 days, I'll shoot them a phone call or whatever and talk to them. Me and my sister are close. She's 24, like she has a full-time nursing job, so her schedule's all out of whack, but like whenever I would come home, like she'll come back to Strongsville, because she lives over in Lakewood. She'll come back to Strongsville and just kind of hang out and, you know, vibe out until I have to leave, and then we only part ways. But other than that, I'd say it's a good relationship we have.
Yeah. Sounds like the Stark family's doing pretty well.
Exactly, I'll take it.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about like, I guess, do you have any idea what you're doing for like post grad? I know you're still a junior, but.
Yeah, so the goal is medical pharmaceutical sales.
Oh yeah.
And then on the side is kind of, I want to do like my own personal real estate. Just kind of buying properties, renting them out, kind of building that, like that income, you know, the passive income.
Yeah.
So then eventually, hopefully, fingers crossed, by the time I'm like 32, 34, it's like an option to work. You know, I built enough in my portfolio with my properties that I can be like, okay, I can retire and still make money from my properties if I really wanted to.
Yeah.
So I want to be put in that position. And then the goal, like the end goal, I'd love to open up a gym in like Texas, like a big warehouse gym in Texas.
So yeah, do you think you'd be like going to Texas like right out of college, or?
For medical sales, it's just kind of wherever someone offers me.
Gotcha.
Because it's a hard market, hard like career to get into.
Yeah.
You know, but you just need your foot in the door. And once you get your foot in the door,
That's
you're
the first
crazy.
step.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you, or do you have a strong inclination like move back to Cleveland for a little bit for the Texas gym part, or?
Yeah, that's more of a case by case basis. Again, it kind of depends on like what I do for work, where that ends up taking me. I love Cleveland personally. I mean, I love growing up there. You know, I met my best friends there. And Cleveland itself is such a fun time, especially during the summer, because, I mean, you can go to, you know, a baseball game, or you can go chill at Edgewater, Lake Erie. Lake Erie water is gross, but it makes Ohio look gritty.
Yeah, the great green water.
Exactly. A little bit of color never hurt anyone.
Yeah.
But, yeah, then, I mean, you can also go and, you know, have food on the water and stuff like that. There's a lot of cool things to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think it gets a lot of unnecessary hate, but once people go there and experience like how it is during the summer with a group of friends, they'll change their whole perspective on Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I feel like everyone says that about their city. You know, like
Yeah.
I think every city is great in the summer, but I feel like as someone that shit on Cleveland a lot growing up and also in part of college, I mean, you just like did catch on fire. It is definitely a great time when you got a good group of friends.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, again, that's also with a great group of friends. Like, it doesn't matter where you are; it's kind of like who you're with. But there's always debates going around where I might catch hate for this one, but like people are saying that Cincinnati is a lot more fun or like has a lot more things to offer than Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it that way.
As someone that lived in Cincinnati for a summer, nah.
That's
I lived on UC campus and like.
That's what I'm saying. It's. I'm sure there's fun things to do, but I don't think you can say there's more to offer, more things to do than in Cleveland.
The only thing I'll say was in regards to Cleveland that has better, like I feel like a lot of like big cities, you have like a drive, like see the skyline, you're like, oh shit, like Pittsburgh coming out of the tunnel, you're like, oh shit, or like Chicago or Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
Cincinnati doesn't have an oh shit, but it's got that's a lot nicer than I expected. It's like,
It's got a, okay, all right.
that's like, that's not bad, you know, like
I'll take it.
Yeah, whereas Cleveland's just like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, I don't know, because there's two areas where I think it was 71. Once you're going on the bridge on 71, especially if it's towards nighttime, it's like a whole stream of lights on the highway, and you just kind of look off, and it's like you see the KeyBank Tower, you see the Quicken Loans Arena, or Rocket Mortgage. It'll always be the Q to me.
Yeah.
And then you just see like the different the Indian Stadium and all that, and you just kind of take it in, like that's pretty cool. But then also there's an aspect of you can go somewhere along the edge of like the lake, and there's the Cleveland sign. I'm sure you've seen people post pictures there all the time, but the Cleveland sign with the skyline. I also think that's pretty cool because you get some of the beach, some of the water, some of the city life, and then park life to the right. I think you get like a little bit of everything, and I think there's like something cool about that.
It's all the Cleveland's got to offer, all in one picture.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I shit on Cleveland a ton, but I feel like it's grown on me. Goodnight John Boy especially, and Johnny's Little Bar, and Clover, or the seasonal bar.
I was at the Christmas pop-up bar. I don't know if you've been there.
Yeah, that's like, that became Clover for like St. Patty's Day. Like I don't know like what the actual name of the bar is.
I'm not sure either. We just call it Christmas Pop-Up Bar.
Yeah.
But it is. We went there for my friend's 21st. It is so much fun. I mean, it's really cool. I mean, if there's one thing Cleveland does great, it's partying and drinking.
Yeah.
Like that's one thing they just do spectacular. Like they go all out for any holiday, for anything. I mean, you saw during the Cavs. I'm sure you saw like clips of the Cavs parade.
Yeah, I mean, I was there for St. Patty's Day, and it was pretty rowdy, gotta say.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's always a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, shout out to Cleveland.
Yeah.
What were you doing when you first got the news of COVID?
I was on my middle school's turf football field getting ready for lacrosse practice. Our coach told us that, I think it was our coach or one of our teammates said that we don't have school tomorrow or for the next 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. And I was ecstatic because I had a math test that I was not going to do well in the next day. I was like, sweet, I got 2 weeks to worry about it,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was just kind of like, at first, it was a feel-good moment. I was like, oh, cool,
Yeah.
like, this is going to blow over quick.
Yeah,
2 weeks.
2 weeks of no school.
And so we're just going to practice, play lacrosse, and have a great time.
Yeah. And then when did that kind of turn into like you're not coming back to school? Like how long was that?
Yeah, that was around the 2 week mark. Because we're like, all right, like, yeah, sitting at home for 2 weeks is cool, but kind of ready to get back into the flow of things. They started restricting practices. We still had some, so it was fun. We had some scrimmages. At that time, I was going to be a senior in high school. We were projected to be like one of the top teams in that state because we had a deep playoff run the year prior.
Mm-hmm.
We lost the state champs, which is the state champs, Dublin Kaufman.
Oh, fuck yeah.
They're so good.
Fuck any of the Dublin schools.
I agree, but they were so good. Like, I gotta give credit where credit's due. I mean, they beat us. They gave us a whooping, but they won the state champ that year by like 13 points.
Jesus.
Like, they were no joke. And I mean, again, we had a pretty good run, but everyone was returning. Most of the kids who were playing lacrosse, like as a senior, played freshman year on varsity. So, like, we were like, okay, yeah, we're gonna be good. We're gonna be gross. And then, you know, our coach kind of gave us news, and I've never seen a group of guys, especially like me and like my football buddies who played lacrosse, like we were heartbroken because we were so excited for this season. Like, you know, we're the leaders, we're gonna have a lot of fun, we're gonna win games, and we're gonna be successful, but we didn't really get to showcase that.
Yeah.
That's the thing that sucked the most, I feel. Like, I didn't really care about prom or any of that. Like, my parents felt more bad about prom for me. They're like, my dad's a sweetheart, don't get me wrong. He was like, I mean, I can get, because his buddy owns like a limo service, like, I can get like a party bus or a stretch limo. We can go to like Cleveland with like you and your friends and like go out and do stuff. And I was like, I mean, I'm not really inclined, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like that urge, but.
I mean, if you've been to one school dance, you've kind of been to them all.
That's what I'm saying. The difference is, like, I was still on a cabin trip, like, after. So, like, all the seniors, like, we go on a cabin trip. So we went to Hocking Hills, and there was, like, a good 60 of us. I mean, we just had a ball for the weekend. But, yeah, I wasn't too, like, upset about prom. But lacrosse season, I was really upset about that one.
Did you get to play your senior football season, or?
Yeah. Yeah, senior football was around March of 2020 of when everything like started.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, I was just trying to figure out. Football's a false sport. What am I talking about?
Yeah. We got to play our basketball season.
Yeah, so it was just lacrosse that got to miss out. I know you were a triathlete growing up.
Yeah, I was a little bit of an athlete in high school.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice.
No, dude, that sucks about lacrosse though. I mean, I'm sure like you said, like it sounds like it was also like a good group of guys too. Like just not being able to go out and like prove it, you know?
Exactly, yeah. No, we were very close, and what sucks too is I just made the switch from a long pole defense to a short pole, like midi, like defense. So basically, I was like the guy just run out there and hit people and kind of run back and forth.
Yeah.
So I bought new stick, new head, new netting. You know, it was like a coked out stick, so just all white, really icy, and it was expensive. Like, I was so excited to use it, and then that happened. I was like, can't return it because I practiced with it already. Yeah. So I just have a brand new stick. And I'm like, damn.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Do you ever still get to play lacrosse at all, or?
Nothing organized. Like, I'll throw around with some of my buddies, but like, if I go to a beach or something, I love to bring my lacrosse stick and just kind of throw.
Gotcha. But
never an organized game. I'd love to. I want to go back to my high school because my sister's boyfriend's like an assistant coach now. So like, we've always had older guys who just came back from college or on break and just kind of played around.
Yeah. I feel like I know enough people that played lacrosse in high school that like pickup lacrosse should definitely be a thing. Like the fact that it's not,
that's what I'm saying.
It surprises me.
I mean, everyone has their own gear.
Yeah. Like
the only thing that people might be lacking in is pennies, but I have 4 or 5 lacrosse like practice pennies from like teams.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like those are hard to come by.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, you can figure it out, you know, like, yeah. I don't know. Considering like how big like pickup basketball is, like, I mean, pickup football, I feel like it's like, you could like go find a big enough team, like.
I mean, run like 7v7.
Yeah. Or
something like that. It shouldn't be that hard, but a lot of people just kind of give it up.
Yeah. No, we gotta bring it back, you know?
That's what I'm saying. It's huge on East and West Coast.
Yeah.
But it's starting to grow in popularity, which I'm happy to see. But over time, eventually, it'll be a lot bigger than it is now.
What was your core team like, or how was your core team?
Boring. I literally, all I did, that's when I got like very heavily into the gym. I mean, my nights consist of staying up till 3 a.m., playing Call of Duty with my friends, then going to the gym, and that was it. Like, I would literally just gym and play video games. I mean, it was a lot of like, fun, I'm not gonna lie. Very relaxing, but then towards the end, like, mentally it got draining, especially because it kind of lasted into my freshman year of college. So yeah, I mean, it was great for the first few months. Thankfully I was not directly affected, there it is, by like COVID to like family members or anything. So, it's just kind of me and my friends just hanging out, chilling, working out.
Yeah. No, it's still shitty that, like you said, like just that same monotony of same thing every day and like not being able to like go out and like do social shit too. Like
I was like that big into running, which is weird.
Really?
Yeah, I would go on like these 5-mile runs. I would try like every other day or every day. And I eventually got into it. I hated it, but like I would do it just to lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how bored I was. Like I ended up running. Which, if you know me, I'm not like a runner. Unless like I'm playing a sport. I have no problem. I can run miles if I'm playing a sport because if I'm not like thinking about it or paying attention to it.
But when you're just like running for the sake of running, like no, I agree.
I'm just sitting there like, wow, this blows.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever gotten runner's high, so like I don't get that part either. Like I've chased it so many times, but it just doesn't happen.
Yeah, my roommates period, but they were big cross country runners or track, runners. I'm like, yeah, you get your runner's high around like 6 to 7 miles, maybe 8. I don't know. Depends, anywhere from like 6 to 8. And I'm like,
run that
I'm
much.
not doing that. I'm like, that's just not worth it to feel good while running. I'm like, I'll give you the next 3 miles of pure torture, then I'll be done.
Yeah, I agree. Like, if it's like more than 4 miles, like, unless it's like for a reason, like you said, like I'm out. Like, I don't know. I did a 5K once. That's like, and I ran for half an hour. Never got a runner's high. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, where?
Exactly.
I thought there was supposed to be a benefit to this.
The 5K. So my mom's a big runner.
Really?
She runs 8 to 12 miles every day, no matter the weather. It'll be like -2 hours she's running.
Damn.
Yeah, and she's over like, you should come on a run with me. I'm like, no. But last winter she asked me and my sister to do a 5K with her. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no. And then eventually she was like, well, like I want you to do it with me and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, fine. So me and my sister ended up doing this. We were gonna just kind of like, not walk it, but not like actually run. Then like I saw people like warming up, trying to like, get loose and everything, and it was kind of, I started to get a little competitive, and I guess that competitive nature came out to me. So I got a little excited and ended up, I just took off. I got 3rd or 4th in my age group, which was really good, but the people who were in front of me they had their like college cross country and track like jerseys like pennies on, and like they were gone. Like they were so far ahead of me, but I did best I could, and I was like, I'm really happy with that.
Fuck yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. The worst part is, so I got like a 6:50 mile time for that, and on the back stretch, like the last mile of the race, I had to take my shoe off, and like the little insole of it, because it was raining, so like my feet were just soaking wet, and the insole ended up scrunching up. And so like it just kept pounding against my foot, and I was like, all right, that's uncomfortable. So I took my shoe off, laid it flat, kind of tried to smooth it out, and then put the shoe back on, and then just started running again. So that took time off, obviously. Yeah. But I wonder what I would have got if I didn't stop.
Yeah. I got you. I don't know. Run 5Ks are actually like, I don't want to say they're more fun, but it's like, they're at least have like a goal instead of just like running like 6 miles for the sake of running 6 miles. It's like
you're competing, like you see other people, and you kind of gauge yourself. I even called my buddy. He was on the lacrosse team and the football team with me. Still a really good friend of mine. He goes to OU, but during the race, I called him. I FaceTimed him, and I was like, he's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm in a race right now, because like he never would have thought. So that's when I was like heavier, I'd say. But he never would have thought like I would have been running a 5K. And I'm like, I'm running a 5K, and I like showed him around. It's just a bunch of people, and he starts laughing. It's like, why are you so close to him? He's like, yeah, speed it up. And it was just really funny because I was so on fun with him as I was running.
Fuck yeah. And I feel like friends are also good motivation for that. Like when I did the 5K, I was with Badzik, and like he knew I wanted to like beat half an hour for the 5K, and like he finished like 4th or 5th overall, just because like he did cross country growing up and like all running and all that stuff. He finished that and he didn't even train for it. He just did it, But he came back and was like, Landy, you only got like 2 more minutes till like 30 minutes, and like just like motivated me like the last like quarter mile of the way.
That's sick.
Yeah, no, shout out Badzik for that, but I don't know.
It's always nice to have too, like that friend that'll push you. Or like if I'm in the gym, like if I can't hit a weight, like if I squatting heavy weight or something. I'm like, dude, I don't know, like I might go for 1 or 2. And then, you know, like Jared or like one of my friends who I was lifting with, like, shut up, like give me like I'll see 3, like he'll give me 3. I'm like, all right. So you kind of have that extra like push and motivation to go.
Yeah, I'm not a big I don't know, lifting with other people guy just because like I just get so in the zone. But like when I do, it's like you said, like it's so nice to have people be like, no, you can do more. Like push past your mental limit.
Exactly. Yeah, and I've had one like I lift alone. I love lifting alone. I've had like one gym partner that I've always had since high school. Kind of got me into the gym, and dude's massive. Like he was a lot bigger than me, but that's who I would always like go to the gym with. And ever since then, it was just always weird grabbing someone new to work out with, just because like me and that kid were on the same wavelength with everything. You know what I'm saying? It was like we had that nice amount of push like to each other. Like whenever I go home and he comes home from JCU, like we'll hit the gym together. It'll be great.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'd say we literally pick up right where we left off. But yeah, I'd say for the most part though, I like lifting by myself.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, the worst, in my opinion, the worst is like when like you see someone at the gym and they want to talk to you, and you're just like so in the zone. Like I remember there was this one kid who back when I was living in Cincy, like he was in my frat, and first weekend back he was like, hey, did you go to this one gym? And I was like, yeah. He's like, I saw you all the time. I'm like, I'm sorry, dude. I was just like locked in when I'm there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you just kind of have like the hood up, like a little hat on, like kind of covering the eyes and just kind of look down. So people might come up still and be like, and kind of wave my attention. Like, hey, what's up? I'm like, yeah, give them a little fist bump, and I just kind of go and do my reps. But
the most I'll give you, like you said, like is either fist bump, wave or something like that. But I'm not taking my earbuds out to talk. Like,
no, unless I'm like I'm stretching or doing something like that. Like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Good. I'm doing all right. I'm all right. Hey, have a good workout. Or like, what are you hitting? Nice. So am I. All right. I'll talk to you.
As it should be.
Huh?
As it should be.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's a common etiquette, but a lot of people just like to talk.
Yeah. I feel like to wait for me at the sauna or something, you know, like I can talk your ear off at the sauna.
Exactly. I have no problem talking to you when I'm not lifting. But
yeah.
As I get this pre-workout in my system and I have the headphones like blasting, like let me do me.
Yeah. There's a time and place for everything, you know.
Exactly. People have to learn that. But
yeah.
Whatever.
What's your relationship like with your religion?
My religion?
Yeah.
I'd say it's fairly good. I mean, obviously I have this tattoo. Symbolizes more than obviously just religion, but like I have a rosary. It's more for my grandma. She's heavy into the church. She like sings on weekends, weekdays. Like she's just very involved, and you know, it's kind of kept me along with it ever since I was young. I would always pray and you know, kind of do all those things to kind of keep me grounded and keep me like within that religion, while letting me like form my own opinions, like not forcing it on me, but letting me know like her side of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, all in all, like I feel like I talk to God pretty frequently. That's who I believe in and everything. But I feel like I talk to Him pretty frequently, pray to Him, and just try to get a better relationship. Also, so like it's pretty good, but it can always be better.
Yeah. No, there's always room for improvement for everything, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. No, it sounds like I know you said your grandma like kind of helped raise you in the Christian Catholic faith.
Mm-hmm.
Or were your parents like very religious at all growing up? Or?
Yeah. So both my parents went to church. My dad was Lutheran. My mom was a Christian Catholic, but mom still goes to church every Sunday. Dad kind of fell out of it. He'll go to like the Lutheran church, but it also doesn't help. I'm not a fan of the churches near me. Mm-hmm. You know, there's a church in Bowling Green that's the one that my grandma goes to. I love like the priest there. Like anytime you know he talks, it's just a lot more motivating and a lot more entertaining than back home in Strongsville. Mm-hmm. It's just I don't know. It also deals with I feel like people's experiences with the church, like because if that church is boring and kind of goes through the motions just to go through the motions instead of like really preaching or really trying to make a connection with the audience, then like people aren't gonna want to go.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, I feel like I agree with you. Growing up, like whatever congregation you go to, like makes such an impact, and especially like on like I feel like the one you grew up with like shapes how like you like what you want to get out of your church, synagogue, mosque, whatever. Like I don't know. I went to like a bunch of different synagogues growing up, and it's like
I know like what I think, you know, not correct, but like a congregation I really want to join looks like versus like, you know, what might have like some things that are like a little off, you know?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's just kind of like, I guess, like you're impacting your environment when you were younger.
Yeah.
I'm going back to that.
What's your biggest regret?
Not playing football my junior year of high school. I stopped playing. You know, my football coach would reach out to me and say, like, you gotta play. I missed the summer, and I talked to him during the beginning of the school year, like after the first game. I was like, hey, I think next year, like, I'm gonna come back out and play. He's like, I'll let you join right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll get you some pads, like, we'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't want to do that to the guys because I know, like, that summer bonding experience, going through 2 days and going through all that is so, like, it's such a bonding moment.
Yeah.
That, like, me coming in late, it just kind of throws off that whole
Chemistry?
yeah, and I feel like that's just me cheating out the system, which I didn't want that, so I just kind of waited till my senior year.
Yeah. Any reason that you didn't play junior year?
I wanted to focus on basketball, but I ended up hating basketball. Not me and the coach really never saw eye to eye. And me and the program in general never really saw eye to eye. So I mean, I kind of regret it in that sense, but that was mainly my reason.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, that's shitty. I feel you. So my junior year, I wanted to play golf again because I played freshman year. And then sophomore year, like, for some reason my team didn't do cuts. And, like, I was going to be on the team, but I just essentially, like, was going to be, like, never really, like, have to play. And so I was just like, that's just not worth it. Junior year, I wanted to go back because I made some pretty big leaps sophomore year. Just did not know when tryouts were, missed it. And, like, I feel like you said, like, that camaraderie too when it comes to sports, like, especially like in high school, like where it's like everyone I feel like is doing like so much different shit. Like, I don't know.
I mean, especially football too, because you know I have a buddy right now, like he's the starting right guard and captain at Michigan State. My other friend, I had to drive him to practice because he was a sophomore when I was a senior.
Mm-hmm.
He was like 6'7", like 300 pounds at the time, but he's the true freshman starting right tackle at Clemson. But they talk about like how they loved high school football because it's a lot more family oriented.
Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously like you saw that family aspect with like your position or like if you're on a lineman, like the linemen have that camaraderie.
Yeah.
But it doesn't get the same as high school.
Yeah, where like high school, it's like all for one team, which is like, you know, you go to D1 and then like pro where it's like, you know, it's more like your position, your area, like.
Yeah, like you gotta eat.
Yeah.
You know, or be eaten type thing.
Yeah, I mean, Justin Tucker's like the only kicker that gets to hang out with like the offensive line or the offensive people in general. Like, I don't know, it's goofy how that works, but must be the reason for it, right?
Exactly. I haven't gotten to experience it, but I assume that there's a reason for everything. So.
What are you most worried about?
Not being what my parents expect me to be, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, like, they have high hopes. You know, I want to go into medical pharmaceutical sales. They expect me to be like successful, and I feel like not living up to those expectations worries me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I mean, have they said like a lot about kind of what they expect, or is it kind of?
My dad always hints on like, yeah, I mean, he says straight up too how he thinks I'm going to be very successful as a human being. Mm-hmm. Just how I interact with people and my ambition and like kind of what path I'm taking.
Yeah.
But if I don't live up to that, I kind of feel like I let them down.
Yeah. I feel like a good parent, like wherever you land, I'll be proud of you. I mean, fuck. I mean, going to medical pharmaceutical sales, I mean, that's sick.
Yeah.
You know, like that's going to be a ton of, or great. I mean, doing real estate on the side too, like that's going to be a ton of like work.
Yeah.
But I mean,
it'll be worth it, man.
Yeah. No, you're going to end up great. Like I think your parents can be more than proud of you.
Yeah, thank you. It means a lot.
What's the hardest thing that's happened to you this past year?
Last summer, I went through a heart surgery.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I have atrial fibrillation, basically heartbeat's all messed up.
Yeah.
So I had to get an ablation done. Not open heart, but they went up through my legs. Went up through my legs, went to the 4 valves in the back, and like, you know, cauterized it, sent like electrical ways to clear everything out. And then just kind of recovering from that. I would say that was probably the hardest thing in the past year that I've had to go through. Yeah, because like I wasn't able to lift, wasn't able to do much.
Yeah.
I had to be careful. I had to like couldn't bend my legs much, so I had to like stay flat. When I was sitting down or something like that, I'd keep my legs flat and not scrunch at the hip. So like, if I'm sitting in a chair, I couldn't do that. I had to sit by a recliner and like lean back, which is great. But you get tired of sitting down and being a couch potato. Like it hurts your back a little bit.
Want to go do things?
Exactly, but you didn't want to scrunch here because they went up through the legs, so they didn't want the blood to clot.
Yeah.
Obviously, worse things would have happened if it clotted, but
Yeah.
it didn't. Thank God. I got through it, so
Okay.
so be it.
Happy you got through it, and I'm sorry that happened. Like you said, or do you know like kind of how that started, or?
So we don't know the cause of it. Funny enough, it started when I was 14. Basically, I was putting my clothes away, and all of a sudden my heart rate just started like going rapid.
Yeah.
And so resting heart rate's anywhere from like 60 to 80.
Mm-hmm.
Mine was around like 180 to 200.
Jesus.
Yeah. So I went to my dad. My dad, I took my heartbeat, and he's like, that feels like AFib. So I was like, okay. So we went to the hospital. They kept me overnight, and they ran tests. They gave me medicine, and then eventually, like, it converted back after a day and a half of like them putting the medicine in me and everything. But then after that, anytime I'd go into that like situation, they would just put me under, put the paddles on my chest, shock me, and get it back going. But they don't really know what caused it. But they had ideas. That's why they did the ablation. You know, there was a little bit of blockage in the 4 valves in the back, and something with a vein. I'm not sure what it was, but it's something with a vein that wasn't supposed to be there and didn't go away, so they got rid of it.
Yeah. Damn, dude, that sucks, but like
It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I have no idea, but I mean, it was a hands I was dealt, so like, whatever.
Yeah. So is it like done now, or is it more like
Hypothetically.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, it's done,
Yeah.
but we don't know.
What's something that made you laugh really hard recently?
Just playing Rocket League with my roommates. I play with Chase and Cooper a lot, and I mean, I think on a day-to-day basis, like when we play, that's when I laugh the hardest. I mean, it's something stupid, but you know, like whenever you're with your friends, it's just kind of like,
Yeah.
you know, some little can be hilarious. Whether it's, I mean, there's one example where, you know, ball was crossed and Chase passed it back to Cooper, and like he was like, all right, boot it down the field, and like he was supposed to just clear it.
Yeah.
And he hit it, and it just like went directly left. And like we just started crying, laughing. He was like, "Oh fuck you guys, blah blah blah," and it was really funny. So I mean, just playing with those guys, I think that's where I laugh the most in my day-to-day like basis.
Yeah. And you guys good at Rocket League, or I don't know? Like
Chase
ranks?
is good. Me and Cooper, we're not bad,
Yeah.
but we're not good.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. We have our moments.
I don't know.
We're average.
I try to get into it, and it's a ton of fun. I'm just shitty at it.
Yeah, it takes time.
Yeah.
It takes time. Like Chase spends a lot of time on it. It's kind of, I mean, that's his thing. You know what I'm saying? He loves Rocket League. He loves video games in general, but like that's like Rocket League's his thing right now. And like him and his brother are really good.
Yeah.
So like they'll all play together.
Damn. Yeah, I gotta see that in action, because
Yeah, they're gross.
yeah, no, there's something about like Rocket League. There's some poetry. Like
Literally, it's an art. Like
Yeah.
it is an art.
I mean, especially like if you can cross the ball and like, you know, pass it to like another guy who like gets a shot on like goal, like that's
Or able to like float in the air and like do an
Yeah.
aerial.
there's some sick shit you can do that's like, god damn, I wish I was good at this game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, exactly. And I was like, whatever. But we have fun doing it. And me and Cooper aren't as good as Chase, obviously, but like we still make those jokes. Like we're better.
Yeah.
Like we'll beat you on 2-on-1, and obviously it's not true, but
Yeah.
it gets them riled up. So I enjoy it.
Exactly. There's nothing better than just getting the competition out of people, you know?
Exactly.
Like, I don't know, you ever just like say to one of your buddies, like, oh, I bet you beat you in like sporting good race, something like that.
Oh yeah. I mean, there'll just be the random shit. Like,
Yeah.
bet he does better than that.
Yeah.
Like me and Cooper, we played. It was just me and him playing twos, and he was upset because I was a higher rank than him,
Mhm.
and so I was like, all right, face me 1-on-1. And then we played 2 games. He beat me, but then I was like, all right, let's throw money on it, and so we ended up throwing $20 on him, and I beat him by 2 goals. So that was funny, but
Fuck yeah.
yeah, it's a very competitive household,
Yeah.
no matter what it comes to.
And it should be, you know, competition brings out the best people, you
Yeah,
know.
exactly. I love it.
What's your favorite tradition?
For a family sense, it would just be like all of us getting together in Findlay, Ohio, or like somewhere in Cleveland with our whole family and just doing like gifts and being together. I think it's very wholesome. I mean, it's Christmas time too, so you know everyone's just kind of in a joyous mood. Either that or doing Thanksgiving with my friends, like with my roommates. Like I know we've cooked like turkeys and did all that, so that was a huge thing. Got like bottles of wine and just kind of like had a fun night with each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we just sat there and kind of enjoyed each other's company.
Yeah. That sounds like, you know, just spending time with people that matter, you know? Yeah, dude. Have you guys ever done like the Last Supper kind of stuff at that big ass table, or?
Kind of not really. Like I mean, nothing close to that. But it's usually just, I mean, we prepare food, each of us like do a dish, and then we just chow.
Fuck yeah.
That's it, yeah. Also with, I think it's gonna start becoming a tradition now for like 4 years. I don't know if you want to call it tradition, but Alan's fasting for Ramadan.
Yeah.
And all of the roommates, like we chose a day. His birthday is on April 1st, so I know like Tyler and Mason, they fasted with him on his birthday. Then we all went out to eat, like broke the fast with them and everything. But now like Chase is I think fasting today, and then I'm fasting after Easter break with them. So it's just kind of like a nice thing to do, especially because like he turned 21 this year and he was fasting, so he's not drinking, he's not like partying, he's not doing anything like that. So it's just kind of nice to show him that like we're there for him and we're there with him.
Yeah.
Just kind of show him like you know we're still a good friend group.
It's a wholesome ass tradition right there.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's, and like the Arabic calendar, the way that Ramadan's like, it decreases by 10 days, I think. So he won't have like a birthday where he goes out to like 25.
Damn.
Or 24, something like that. So like we'll be like with him. My math can be totally wrong, but so we'll be with him like all the time, which is nice.
Yeah. Well, what are the same thing? No man yaks alone, no man fasts alone.
Exactly.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I like that. We use that.
Who's your hero?
So I have like my family hero, obviously like very basic, but my dad. I mean, that's your dad, you know, he's like a strong figure in your life, like growing up, you know, he's kind of the person who shows you how to be a man.
Yeah.
How to, you know, to grow up, how to be you. And like he's that symbol of, he's indestructible. I mean, it kind of sucks because once you get older, you kind of see like, he's not Superman, but you can see that he does his best for especially like, me and my family.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I love that, but then someone who I don't know, but who I do idolize is David Goggins. Really good book. He has 2 of them out. I still have to read the second one, but he preaches about like callousing the mind, being mentally strong, and like just being a savage. And I just love that. I love just being that dog.
Yeah.
There's something special in that because there's very select few people nowadays who are just dogs.
Yeah. Shout out David Goggins. You know?
No, for real.
I'm gonna have to read his books.
Do it.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it. Talks about his life. I mean, even just looking up a YouTube video about him, like, he talks about how his dad was a pimp and owned a bar/skating rink and would beat his mom and beat him when he was younger and pulled him out of school, like in elementary school, because he needed him to work.
Jesus.
So like he didn't have any formal education. How he grew up in a very, very, very racist like township. Like he would open his book or on his car, like it would just be the hard R like written in paint or something, and how he kind of came through with that, and eventually how his life was just spiraling down. He was like a bug guy, like a bug exterminator, living in like a crummy apartment, going by and like spraying restaurants like early in the morning, like 2, 3 a.m. And he would just be eating like donuts and ice cream, and he was overweight, like 300 pounds.
Yeah.
But then eventually he turned it around, became a Navy SEAL. He is the only person to go through BUDS 3 times, and which is like the training to become a Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
And I mean he runs, 800-mile marathons in 8 weeks.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many things. And Joe Rogan has a podcast too about, I forget what the doctor's name is, but he had Goggins come and live with him for a month. And they did this saying, it was like 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours. So they did that straight. I mean, yeah, the dude's a savage, and that's all he preaches, and he lives by what he preaches. I mean, he's not like one of those person to put on a facade.
Yeah.
Like he'll be out there running in 100-degree heat, you know, like 10 miles, 15, 20, 30 miles, and just doing it because it sucks.
Yeah, he does what he says what he does kind of thing.
Exactly. He tries, like, he's just like, yeah, especially when he lived with that guy, he's like, we're doing one thing that sucks. Like, obviously they did more, but like we're making sure you do one thing that sucks a day. So it would be that. It would be, you know, going in the gym and doing a pull-up. He was only able to do 2, and he was like, all right, get back on the bar. Like, we're not leaving until you do 100 more. Or like he had a pond in his backyard, and it was like negative temperatures. He broke the ice and hopped in. He said, all right, get in here. And the wife was like, well, are there any like, benefits to this? No, I just want to show him like what this is going to be. And it's just kind of one of those, I love that mentality.
Yeah.
It's just savage.
Like turning something that you hate into something that you love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I mean.
I love what you hate.
Yeah.
Type thing.
Yeah.
Insane.
I did that this summer with cold showers. Fucking hated cold showers, but now I like
cold showers. I take them, especially when I wake up at 6:30, like I go and do the gym or whatever, then when I come home I take a cold shower. Sucks, yeah, but like once you're out of it, you feel so refreshed.
Yeah. No, there's definitely a very, very different feeling to it. Like, I don't know, I do like the alternating showers, but then like I always make sure, or I always start and end with cold. Just cause like, especially like after a hot shower, like that like last like 30 seconds of just like cooling off, nothing like it.
Plus, I mean, there's a lot more benefits to cold showers.
Yeah.
Than the hot showers. I mean, it's even better for your like face, your skin, your hair, stuff like that. So I've just been trying to, especially with kind of everything in my life, I've been trying to go through more of a natural products use type thing. It sucks 'cause it's more expensive, and obviously I'm a broke college kid, but
It's better for you.
Exactly. It's like overall general health is wealth. So
Yeah. No, I mean, as great as it is to like, you know, eat McDanks or do whatever like terrible like short-term stuff for you, like you know, hopefully we're gonna live for another like, you know, 70, 80 years. Like, got to make sure that, you know, this thing is running well for the next however many.
that's what I'm saying. I just got to make sure I'm like a well-oiled machine. I'm gonna just set myself up to be the best me I can be.
Exactly. Hopefully aging like fine wine, not like milk.
Exactly.
Yeah. What is the best thing that's happened to you this past month?
Probably getting voted in as VPD in my elections for PPAD. You know, it's a very impactful role that like I look forward to. And I mean, I've been wanting to do it ever since like I joined the org. You know, so like achieving something like that really means something to me. It's cool to be able to have your voice be heard and be listened to by all of membership, because like you got voted in for that, you know, that area of importance. So it was a definitely a feel good moment.
Yeah. Congrats again on that.
Yeah,
That's
thank you.
So sick.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Can't wait to kind of put my spin on things.
Yeah. Mold the future of BPAD.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
no.
fun.
Especially like I feel like being VPD, like, you know, the relation you have like with all the new members is just like there's nothing like it, you know.
Mm-hmm. It's like you watch them grow.
Yeah.
You know, you watch them grow. You watch them like blossom and just become better, better, for lack of better terms, better professionals.
Yeah.
Than they came in. Which like that's all that matters. It's like a parent moment.
Yeah, and I feel like by the end of the semester, like that like relationship is like so strong. Like, you know, like I feel like everyone with their pledge master, like member development, VP, like whatever, it's just like there is that bond that's like there's nothing like it.
Exactly.
What do you think your past self will think of you now?
I talked about this actually with my roommates. I don't know. So there's a few aspects. One, like high school me would have saw like the leg tattoo, the nose ring, and the long hair, and would kind of been like, wow, guy's a freak, you know. But then there's also like the aspect of like the gym where he's like, oh, he's also big, you know. So it's definitely give or take. I think as a person though, I would be someone who would make my younger self like happy that that's who they grew up to be. I mean, that's kind of what I strive to be. I want to like make my younger self proud.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. But also prove to my older self that like I'm gonna grow into that human.
Yeah. No, like you said, like the flagpole's always moving, but make sure that, you know, always on the best path.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I fuck with current you, but I feel like future year's gonna be even more badass.
I hope so. I really hope so.
What do you think your purpose in life is?
So kind of what I want to do, I mean, my parents have given me, I kind of make my own purpose, if that makes sense, but my parents have given me a lot and also had to sacrifice a lot. So I want to, like, my purpose at the moment is to make sure I can retire them and like make sure they can like live a happy, comfortable life. But I'm not sure, and it all goes in conspiracy theories, like what you don't know like what your purpose is until later in life, until like some existential crisis happens and you kind of figure out the true you. I have like a lot of weird conspiracy theories that I go over with like my friends and roommates. Like everyone was put on this planet for a purpose. It's like your body's not you, it's like your soul is you.
Yeah.
The body's just kind of
physical
like
vessel.
Exactly. Like I'm sure you've heard of like the weighted doctors' rooms where like somebody who died and like, you know, there was like 0.3 pounds like gone when they died.
Yeah.
I'm sure people have like explanations for it, but I think it would also like that's your soul leaving, and you kind of get that option, you know, when Judgment Day comes for you. It's like, did you learn your lesson, or like, do you want to go back? Because like that expression, you're an old soul. Like it's kind of like that. Like you died, you went up, and kind of you didn't learn the lesson that you were meant to, so you kind of get that second chance to learn that lesson, and that's like the old soul thing. That's how I think of it. But yeah, my main purpose, I'm not sure. I mean, just to be as like wholesome and as nice of a person as I can be, kind of just be that like symbol of like respect and, you know, someone who everyone can confide in. I guess at the moment, as I say, what my purpose is.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good purpose to have.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not. Nothing crazy, nothing outlandish, like rule the world or something, but
Yeah.
it's something that's
Do something good for the world, right?
Exactly.
Are you fulfilled?
Yeah. Yeah, I am. I have great friends. I have a loving family. I'm going to Ohio State. I mean, obviously there's some times where I'm like, woe is me, you know, like why can't this happen, why can't that happen? But then I also have to sit back and realize like I'm in a very blessed situation, especially to know the people I know, to be like a part of what I am, the jobs I have. I mean, the school I'm at, you know, it always could be a lot worse. So
Yeah.
fulfilled, yeah.
Yeah.
So fulfilled but still hungry.
Yeah. Like you said, the goalpost is still moving, but we're fulfilled right now.
Exactly.
Where do you see yourself going in the next 5 years, both personally and professionally, but more on the personal side?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I hope to find a significant other. I feel like because I'm getting towards the age of, you know, I kind of start thinking about that. Obviously, I don't want to force anything. When it comes, it comes. You know, it's nothing you want to force. But I hope to have a serious relationship personally. And then, obviously, with my job, I hope to go into medical pharmaceutical sales. In 5 years, I want to have 2 or 3 houses that I'm renting out. Yeah, that's what I would say. Just keep on the path I'm on, pretty much.
Fuck yeah. Like I said, I think future is gonna be a badass.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Oh, yeah. Quick side note, if you ever want to get into commercial real estate, let me know, because my dad is a broker, so.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I do actually. So.
Yeah, because I know residential and commercial, there's, I'm sure you talked to Connor, there's the big, like, beef between the two, but, yeah.
Commercial's definitely a lot more lucrative, but a lot harder to get into without capital.
Yeah, especially, like, the waiting, too. Like, you know, two deals take, like, years to close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like. I'll start with, you know, residential, and goal is to move into like a big space, but we'll see.
What do you want to have done by the next time we film a podcast episode? I don't know when that'll be, but I'm saying at least 3+ years from now.
You know, have my full-time job, be happy at my job, whatever it may be. Still, I can successfully say that I have the best friends in the world. I would say those 3, like being able to say like I'm happy at my job, I'm successful, like I got what I want, and having a great friend group is what I want to have accomplished.
Fuck yeah.
Like that's what's very important to me.
Some good things to look forward to.
For real.
Yeah. So that's the end of the conversational part of the podcast. Wrapping up, I've got some quick hitters for you.
Sure.
So first thing that comes to mind, if you need time to think, go for it. Just try not to overthink it.
Gotcha.
All right. This is a moment in the mind of Logan Michael Sterick. What's a song that's stuck in your head recently?
Just let me out, Emily Chaplin.
What's one of your favorite quotes or lyrics?
if you wish for rain, you have to expect mud. Or if you pray for rain, you have to expect mud.
It's a great quote. You know who that's by, or?
No, it was part of a movie. Denzel Washington said it, but it said that, and I actually have another one on my phone.
Go for it.
It's my black screen, but it says, "We drink the poison our minds poured for us and wonder why we feel sick." That's from Atticus.
Well, great quotes. You're gonna have to look up that first one, just because, like, it's a banger quote right there.
That's upset. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Shout out Denzel. What's the best show or movie you've seen in the past month?
Show would be, it's a few days past the month, but Attack on Titan. The final episode.
Yeah.
Or the second to final episode got released, and
Yeah.
it was an absolute banger of a show.
So is it done now?
There's one more episode that needs to be.
Okay.
There's a manga that's like out and then
Yeah.
it's completely done, but the show is.
I need to watch the show, and I saw like I saw a graphic that was like the final part or the first hour of the final part of the final of the third part of the final season of Attack on Titan will be like an hour-long film, and I was just like, that is too many words. I don't know what's going on there.
I mean, it is an hour long, but it is worth every minute of it. I would watch it again. I have watched it again.
Yeah.
So.
Like I said, definitely gonna have to watch that.
For sure.
What's the best thing you binged recently?
Breaking Bad.
Banger.
Yeah.
What's the best book you read recently?
Can't Hurt Me, David Goggins.
Shout out David Goggins.
The guy in the
What is your current or most recent job?
bouncing at Ethel. Right now I'm in talks with being an alcohol rep for this protein alcohol thing for an internship over summer.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's sick. Do you want kids, and if so, how many?
Yeah, I'd like kids. I would like 2 or 3. If I had the option, I would love to have 3 boys. That'd be sweet. One of my best friends growing up, he has 3 brothers, he's one of 3 brothers, and I love that dynamic. But if not, I would love the brother-sister combo. That's like me and my sister, because I love growing up with an older sister.
Fuck yeah, same. No, nothing better than an older sister to.
She used to bully me and all that, but
Yeah.
now times have changed. She can't have me.
Exactly, gotta get better, man.
Exactly.
What's your favorite conspiracy theory?
Probably revolving around the 13 families and the Rockefellers and how much hold they have in this country.
The Illuminati and all that.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
What's your favorite spot to eat nearby with a piece of down fast food?
I mean, fast food, if you want to consider this fast food, Chipotle, that's a given. Jimbo meal.
Yeah.
Sit down, there's a few, but I would have to say Texas Roadhouse.
Both banger answers.
Yeah, I would say that cinnamon butter on the rolls.
Nothing like it.
No,
Yeah.
it hits.
Fuck, I need to go back.
I know, that's what I'm like, damn, got craving now.
Yeah. What's something you think is underrated?
Anime.
Anime.
Just think about like Attack on Titan. A lot of people hate on it before they even try it.
Yeah. No, there's definitely a stigma to it, but I feel like once you're in, it's like, oh, this shit's good.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like I used to think the same thing. I used to make fun of my friend for. I was like, just try it. I'm like, all right, give it a shot. Loved it.
Yeah.
I say the same thing to people now.
Fuck yeah. What's your biggest hot take?
Women nowadays it's not women in general, but feminists nowadays, and they don't want equality. They want superiority.
That's a pretty hot take.
Pretty hot take. I've expressed this before. I've like talked about it, but it all goes with like they want the upper hand on everything and everyone, but they don't want like the equal amount of stuff and the consequences that come with it.
Yeah, true equality is the one thing I will say is true equality is everyone having to start in select service or like the draft or whatnot. Like, it's just dudes.
That's what I'm saying. There's dudes. I mean, there's an interview on TikTok I saw like a couple days ago. Maybe it was sometime recently, and he was talking to this female, and he was like, "Would you rather have, a $75,000 paying job and in a suit, or would you rather make $250,000 and throw out trash?" She's like, $70,000 in a suit, and he was like, "Well, why not?" She's like, "Oh, well, that's a man's job," and then he was like, "Well, why is that a term, a man's job?" And then she's like, "Well, there's some things that like men should have to do. Like if I'm in the house, like why would I take out the trash? Like that's a man's job." I'm like, well, it's like it goes back with that's inequality. That's you want superiority. You want to make the men do all like the shitty grunty work. Like, you know what I'm saying? You want that God complex.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. What's your biggest pet peeve?
People who put others down for the pure enjoyment of like just to make themselves feel better.
Mm-hmm.
What else? I feel like there's a lot. but I would say like that's a huge one. Like if I see a bigger person in the gym like going at it, younger me, obviously like more mature, like maybe would have laughed, but like as I got older, I'm sitting there, I'm like, I love that that person's in there working on themselves.
Yeah.
Like, and that's something that like I always will say, like if someone's in there, they don't look like they know what they're doing completely, but they're trying. I'm like, I love that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I love that they're figuring it out.
Everyone starts somewhere, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. What's your biggest insecurity?
I would say either my weight, like my stomach, or my teeth.
Gotcha. What's your favorite quality about yourself?
My willingness to give myself to others a lot of times even before I give to myself.
Fuck yeah. What's your favorite outfit?
I love the classic suit look, like I love, you know, getting dressed up like that, but other than that, a nice like pair of black jeans or like just lighter blue wash jeans and a tighter black shirt. It's classic, it looks good, but effective.
Any specific shirt that you're thinking of when it comes to that? Or?
Yeah, I have this like H&M, it's like a longer cut, like a little, kind of like low V-neck, but it's just a nice comfortable t-shirt and it hooks the shoulders and arms pretty nice. A little longer, like down here, so it still shows the jeans and kind of has that classy but yet streetwear look to it. I like.
Oh yeah. And any kicks to go with that, or?
Yeah, I big fan of dunks. You know, I have a nice like maroon pair of dunks, which I think it's cool because if you wear like very neutral colors up here, and I wear my maroon like dunks, it makes them pop.
Yeah, stand out.
Exactly.
Man, some style on me, just
A little bit. I had to throw it out there a little bit.
Okay.
I could dress up, kid, instead of a cutoff sometimes.
Yeah, I got you. What's your biggest hobby?
Lifting.
Yeah. You're stuck on a deserted island. You can only bring one thing. If you bring any electronics, doesn't have cell service, and you can't bring like a boat, what are you bringing?
Fire starter.
Fire starter. Gotcha. Who are your best friends?
So, I mean, obviously, they're my roommates. So I use Mason, Chase, Tyler, Cooper, Allen, and Jordan. But there's also like Jared. Jared's my best friend. Like we kind of do everything together, which is really nice. Yeah, I mean, I'd say those. And I mean, obviously, I have some friends back home, like Brian Seafeld. He's at OU and all that.
Yeah.
Those are definitely my best friends.
Yeah. Shout out the homies.
For sure.
What are you curious about?
Curious about government. Curious about corruption. Stuff like that. How deep it goes, I guess. But that's an answer we'll never really get an answer to.
I got you. Yeah. What's something that you have to do every day?
Lift or do some type of physical exercise. If not, like I just get antsy. I feel like I didn't really do anything. I can have the most productive day through homework and tests and that, but like if I didn't work out, I feel like I didn't do anything.
I got you. What's your proudest accomplishment?
Probably getting Eagle Scout. Eagle Scout was a huge accomplishment for me. I mean, it took years and years to finally finish off.
Fuck yeah, dude. What's one thing you want to own?
A boat. I want to or a jet ski, something on the water. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Obviously, like yeah, nice cars and houses and that, but like I want a boat.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, something about that water.
Yeah,
that's
just
what
something about like
water.
chilling there with the guys, like listening to music, going tubing. Like it's just a ton of fun.
Yeah. You have any boat names picked out yet, or just an idea?
I don't know. I mean, you could always do like the SS Games or whatever, but nothing to my knowledge yet.
Yeah, no, that's later, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Once I had it.
Yeah. What do you think the price of gas will be by the next time we film?
Unfortunately, I mean, probably around like 5.15, I'll say.
Jeez. I'm really hoping that you're wrong.
I really hope I'm so far off and it's just like $2.
Yeah. We'll see. You know, like you said, like I mean, last summer was shit. You know.
Yeah, it was rough. That was brutal.
Yeah. I'm hoping that we never get to go through that again.
I hope it only goes down from here.
Yeah. Where do you want to visit next?
Florida. I've never been to Florida. Or me and my friends are going to Vegas. So like Florida, Vegas, I really want to go to.
Pretty sick.
Yeah.
What's one piece of advice you have for yourself, for the world, for me, whoever?
There was a quote, I forget by who, but it was basically saying a lot, I'm going to butcher it, so I'm not going to quote as much anymore, but it was like, when you're a friend to everyone around you, you're an enemy to yourself. So like, obviously, I mean, I'm still learning this too, but don't break your back for every single person that you come across. Like, you still have to, like, value yourself, your time, and your mind.
Yeah, you gotta pick your battles and pick your friends.
Exactly. And don't take everything so serious.
Yeah,
Have
great.
fun.
Great advice right there. Then last but not least, top 5.
I'm gonna last outside. I'm not sure about the other ones, but
Gotcha.
very important. I'm a big snowboarder.
Mm-hmm.
So during the winter time, it's cold as balls, right? And you're tired from, just being on the slopes all day and like just doing your thing. Come inside, that hot shower with the hot chocolate combo after in your pajamas,
Mm-hmm.
unmatched. Even if you go sledding, like you come
Yeah.
home, you shower, then you get pajamas and cocoa,
Yeah.
unmatched.
That is great feeling, yeah.
Number 4, but like after mowing the lawn, because I did do my neighbor's lawn and it's like hot as balls out,
Mm-hmm.
and you come inside and you grab like a nice Gatorade.
Yeah. Like a nice cold drink.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that fucks. Number 1, I would have to say, is hitting a PR that you never thought you could hit.
Mm-hmm.
Like me hitting 315, like if you had told me that, like, I never thought I would have hit 315 on bench.
Yeah.
That's the number 1. Number 2 and 3. Number 3 would be you going in on a test, like or an exam, and not knowing like 80% of it,
Yeah.
but still getting a good grade. And you're like, no way.
Yeah.
That's a great feeling. And number 2, honestly, just nice summer day, having a cold beer with the fellas, like just chilling there playing die, like a B-Hawk or
Mhm.
back or something, you're just chilling there with all your friends around, just like a party, pretty much.
Yeah. Some good emotions.
Yeah.
Just good feelings in general.
A little bit everywhere.
Great way to round off the podcast.
For
you know?
sure.
To a great episode too.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. This is actually a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, super glad to have you on. Been looking forward to this one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hopefully 3 years down the line, we
Yeah.
come back and circle around to this.
Yeah. Well, the best part is you're not getting this episode for like 6 months. Editing October's episode right now. So
Nice.
yeah. But the nice part is, it'll age hopefully.
Exactly, yeah, we'll get to see it. So
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. I'm gonna watch it, I know that.
Fuck yeah. How do you want to end this thing?
Just thanks for listening pretty much. I mean, I kind of fuck with the hand cover. I feel like that's fire.
Go for it.
Oh, fuck That's it, man.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That
That's
was
sick.
sick. No, that was a lot of fun. Thanks.
Yeah, for sure.